John, what are engineers witnessing and what are they seeing and why are they coming here today to DMG MORI?
They're coming here today to see the latest updates to the Visi product range. So we give them an update of what's been happening in the development-wise for new features on the CAD, new features on the CAM. They're also here to share and see us working together with our partners, and also see some live cutting on DMG machine tools with the waveform strategies that we've introduced on this latest release. And
that's part of the latest release, isn't it, the waveform? Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, the waveform is a strategy really for, it's tailored towards hard metal machining, and it's trying to get those material removal rates up really quickly so we can get that metal off as fast as possible to get the productivity up for everybody.
Now, is there an example, certainly with what we've got here in the machine, of what that productivity improvement is?
It ranges, but when you compare it to a conventional type toolpath using the smaller step downs and the relatively smaller step overs, when we compare it to the waveform, we can get increases from a minimum of 100%. We're seeing like up to 500% increases in material removal rate using this strategy.
That's a significant improvement in productivity, isn't it?
It certainly is, and using these strategies to utilise the full depth of the tool with smaller step overs, we can get the speeds that these newer machine tools need, tailored together with the advances in cutting tool manufacturing and everything. We're all working together to get these rates up. And
that's a big message here as well, because we're obviously at DMG MORI and with yourselves, VERO, but there are other partners as well, aren't there, involved in this solution?
Yeah, we're working and we're cutting with on the DMG machine tools. We're also working with Seeker or giving us the cutting tools, working with new tooling innovations that they've given to us. So we're all working together to do this. And also within the Visi days as well, we're promoting and we're showing our Javelin brand within the group for an MRP system. And then we've also got Hexagon here who are showing the Roma arms, which tailors our mold and die product within the product for doing scanned data and reverse engineering for tool.
Now, there's always a lot of changes as well, and that's part of today, to introduce new features or educate your users into the new features that you've got. But how quickly are things advancing with VERO and with Visi?
They're advancing very, very quickly. We've got, in fact, this is a release for 2016 R2. There's another development already coming through for 2017 R1, which will be out towards the end of the year. So we're constantly developing and bringing new features into the software in all parts of the software to help the users with these new technologies.
And when we say help the users, what are they looking to achieve with your software? Reductions in cycle times, non-cutting times. What's the plan?
It's productivity, cutting time. Because we've got a broad product range, we've got everybody. People want something on the CAD, they want something on the CAM, they want tools for everything. So it's difficult to say exactly what they want, but we just try and give them the tools to increase their productivity across the range.
And you're obviously succeeding because you've had a lot of people here today, so thanks for your time, John.
All right, no problem, thank you very much.
Steve, you're the hosts of this VERO Day today. What do you like about VERO and what enables you to put this sort of day on?
Well, I think the interesting thing is that we sell a machine tool which is classed as a lump of cast iron. And we know that in a customer's factory there's a lot of auxiliary equipment around to make sure that it techs and gets the right productivity. So you've got your CAM systems, you've got your inspection systems, so you've got the front end, you've got the back end, machines in the middle, with the tooling with Seeker. I think it's a good mix for the customers.
You must be very confident in the VERO product to bring them here and put a day like this on, though. Is that right?
Yeah, we're very confident. I mean, they bring their good customers here. We're on show, but also we have to believe in their products, and we do believe in their products. We use their products, and it functions perfectly well on our machine.
Would it be fair to say you've got two quality premium products working in harmony?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, those two products together will give efficiency to the customer.
How are things at DMG MORI at the moment?
Well, they've been pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of nervousness in the marketplace in respects of what's happening with Europe. MAC was a big event. It brought a lot of customers out, more than we've had in previous years. Very, very, very successful for us, and we've continued with that, which is quite surprising because machine tools can have peaks and troughs. But I think that's the barometer about where the investment is. I'm afraid to say that what is in the papers is probably not all what's really happening. There is some really good positive things out there, and that's where we're seeing the activity.
Paul, what's SECO's involvement in today's event?
We provided the tooling for the demonstration on the machine that in conjunction with the waveform roughing, we've developed a new tool called the 5542C, a part of our solid square range.
Have you developed this tool specifically for this waveform operation, or?
It's developed for all the advanced roughing strategies really, but it works really well with the waveform as well.
What's good about it?
It's got a tapered core. It's really strong. It's got a lot of clearance on the bottom for helical interpolation to get yourself into cut, so you don't have to drill any holes. We can get up to 30% width of cut on the tool. It's got 2.5 times the reach capability, so which can be fully utilised. So
it's quite a small. What's the diameter of what we've got here?
We've deliberately used an 8mm tool for the demonstration to show the full capability. So we've used the full depth of cut of the tool. It's at 20mm deep, and we're using 20% side engagement in tool steel. So.
And what speed is it running? What sort of feed rates?
It's running at 200 metres a minute and 0.08 so it's really, really quick. The metal removal is above 65 centimetres cubed a minute. So.
Are you at the forefront of this sort of stuff at SECO?
I'm the UK product manager.
Not you specifically, with the SECO tools.
No, I'm the product manager for the solid carbide. I'm really passionate about it. Yes, we've got a lot of product coming this year. So.
I was going to say, what's new? What's happening at SECO?
This tool at the minute we're using is a 4-flute. We've got a 5-flute version of this tool coming later in the year. We've got a 6-flute tool that's specifically for titanium using these strategies coming this year. We've also got a new hard milling range, so we've got a lot of product coming. This is coming in September, ready for the launch in conjunction with our Inspiration Through Innovation event.
Nice plug of the event. We'll be there, and I'm looking forward to it. We talk about hard metals and machining difficult materials. That's really where SECO is at the moment as well, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. We're a high-performance company. Our tools are working at the high end, and these tools, the hard milling tools, they can machine up to 65 Rockwell. So they're really performance tools.
Bob, you've come a long way today. What would make you jump in your car and drive over 100 miles possibly to get here for this event?
You're preaching to the converted, I'm afraid, because I've been using Vizzy's product now for nearly 20 years.
And so coming here, what do you learn? Do you learn about the new features that you can use?
Yes, you do. You also get a chance to network and talk to people that you've met before, but it's just a nice quick snapshot of what you're going to get into and what you're getting from the new update.
And when you say we're preaching to the converted, you're a big fan of the software. What's it done for your business and your production?
We are a small precision plastic injection mould making and moulding company. We're a nice little company that uses state-of-the-art kit. We would not be that if it wasn't for the fact that I took the decision many years ago to invest in VERO's product.
Why? What's it actually done? Let's drill down to the detail. Has it made you more cost efficient? Has it made components faster? Has it given you better products?
It gives you all of that, but as we know, modern product design has freed up designers with modern machine tools like this. It's freed up designers to go for quite free-form organic shapes. Well, you've got to be able to replicate those. You can't do that with a 2D drawing. You need 3D modeling, and you need to be able to machine directly from those 3D models. So you need good machine tool technology, and you need a really good CAD/CAM package.
And would you say they've hit the nail on the head here, VERO, with this event? The fact that they've got tooling supplies, they've brought the whole lot together: metrology, machine tools, tooling.
Yes, most definitely.
What about waveform? Are you going to get the benefit of that?
I think we will. And here, because of our work, we are mainly concentrating on the 3D side of machining. The 2D side of machining that's not really us. That's not what we do. But I'm going to go away and we will practice with it for a while, and we'll see how we get on.
Well, I mean, without events like this, you probably wouldn't know these things anyway. So you can take a lot away from today.
Yes, I can. Yeah, absolutely.
And you're going back on the train, I believe.
I am going back on the train.
So you didn't drive here, but thanks anyway, Bob.
Okay, thank you.
Simon, how does Visi software integrate into your company?
Well, basically, it has given us the ability to reliably and consistently perform our job using both the CAD and CAM sides of it. We deal with model railway parts, so all of our parts are very small, very intricate, very detailed. We are using cutters more often than not 0.2 in diameter, but reliably 0.3s and 0.5s very regularly are the kind of cutters we use. So we need our systems to be foolproof.
Yeah, and so when I say how does it integrate? I mean, how has it improved things within the business prior to when you might have had their software?
It's reduced machining times. We now use high-speed machining centres to very good effect. It's allowed us to basically produce geometry that is free of a design tree or a folder system. You literally design a part on the screen that is just what it is. It is a lump. If you change part of it, it just changes. You're not held back by the design before it, sketches and such like.
Well, it's quite interesting because a lot of our viewers may not use CAD or may not use CAM, and they often look at it and think, well, maybe my parts aren't right for it. But you can be machining the most simplest of components to get the benefit. Would you agree?
Absolutely. I mean, really, to grow a cube on a CAD system like Visi, it's literally simple as 3 clicks. So X, Y, Z, and you've got a cube. So then to put a hole through it, again, 3 clicks, so center of circle, outside of circle, length of your circle, and hey presto, you got a hole straight through it. So simplicity of use.
And what about today's event for you? Why do you come to these events?
Oh, well, we come to these events namely because we like to keep up to date with what's happened in the latest updates. We like to try and take advantage of all the improvements in the system. Obviously, with them partnering up with machine companies like DMG, it gets us out and it gets us to see new technology as well. I believe last time it was a different machine company, one of the cutter companies, I believe Seco. And again, it gives us a chance to network with people we wouldn't normally see.
It's not just a software, is it? You can come here and you can see a whole collaborative of the total solution.
Yeah, and we get a good rapport with the guys from Visi. You got more of a working relationship with them rather than an anonymous face behind a phone you've never met before. Whereas, we know Paul and all of that quite well, really. So yeah.
Good stuff. Thanks, Simon.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Stephen, Hexagon bought VERO a couple of years ago. What was the fit and what was the reason for the purchase?
I think really the reason for the purchase was at Hexagon we have all the equipment to capture data, whether that be hard probing or 3D scan data. But we found that there was a requirement to, we wish to be able to actually use that data and take that into a CAD CAM package. So that could be machined, and we were finding that prior to the acquisition of Visi or VERO, we had to potentially put that out to a third party, whereas with the acquisition, then that it brings everything all under one roof.
So what have you been actually showing the audience today during your piece and your seminar, just to give us an example of that?
So basically what we've done with this, we've simulated that we can actually laser scan the model of Bertie to produce a 3D point cloud. And then from that point cloud, we generate what we call an STL file. And then that STL file we give to import into the Visi software. They would then lay a surface over there and create what we call a cutter path. And then from that cutter path, the mould that you see before you on the table can be cut for manufacturing purposes.
So I don't know how you would have gone about doing this previously before scanning technology. It would have been a hell of an arduous process, wouldn't it?
Oh, very laborious. You would have to go in with a hard touch probe and just take individual hits, which would probably take many hours to do what we've done with a laser scanner in minutes.
So you're the last piece of the jigsaw really for us today. We've looked at the tooling, we've looked at the machine tools, and we've spoken to a lot of customers here. But they're a good fit, aren't they? These 4 things for this show when you've got tooling, machine tools, metrology, and the software.
Very much so. It's like the start of the process. The middle and the end. It's all like a complete seamless process. So it's very good.